That's a long name. Hello, my name is Maximus. I should hope you knew that at this point.
I'm Mel.
This is a bit of an introductory video for you all. This is actually the only time that Mel and I are going to be in the same room because I live in New York and she lives in Massachusetts. But we wanted to make this video to tell you about some things that we think are important. So how about I ask you a question? Why is evolution important to you?
Evolution is important to me because it touches on every aspect of our lived experience. I want to understand what it's like to think things. Since I was a little kid and started thinking too much and started thinking about thinking and thinking about thinking about thinking, I always wanted to know what was up with the brain. How the brain got to be the way it was, because it's hard for us to understand how the brain is without knowing how and why it got that way. So evolution, for me, tells us how we're able to ask the questions that we're able to ask, how we're able to talk to each other the way we're able to talk to each other, how we're able to learn not only the basic form of everything around us, but the way we're able to perceive and interpret that form.
So evolution is this fairly all-encompassing thing, right? If I could summarize what you said in 3 words, it's that evolution explains everything, which is a little overly simplistic, but kinda. Right?
Yeah, a little bit. Evolution explains the way we're able to provide any kind of interpretation or explanation of anything. Mm-hmm. There are many, many, many different ways of explanation, even within evolutionary explanations. And so why we want to talk about evolution in this course is because there are so many different levels of analysis and ways of interpreting.
So we're going to hear from a lot of different kinds of researchers, right? Some of them are really more closer to the social sciences than you would say to the hard sciences. One of the themes here is that the evolutionary logic of selective retention of heritable traits and all the rest, that logic can be used to explain a wide diversity of things that we see. Developing an evolutionary intuition can give perspective on basically what it means to be alive, which is a little bit of everything. So I think that's what we're trying to do here. By showing you humans a number of evolutionary perspectives, researchers looking at different problems, we can develop a kind of toolkit that can allow us to make better sense of the world at large, regardless of what context you're in. And I guess that's why I think this theory is so powerful, is that it is applicable to literally any scenario that you as a human being are living through.
So I had an experience a few weeks ago where I was preparing a presentation that I had on metacognition in a certain kind of monkey. I was getting ready for my presentation and someone walked into the kitchen and they asked me what I was doing, and I told them about what I was doing. And after a pause of maybe about 5 minutes, they came back in and they said, "But do you really think we used to be monkeys?" And I thought, wow, that is a good question. And I don't know how to go about answering that. There are a lot of ways to answer any of these questions, and there's a lot of ways to describe evolutionary thinking and evolutionary processes, and a lot of evolutionary processes that are occurring. And so when I had that question posed to me, I didn't know where to begin, whether to begin with the collection of hundreds of photos of dirty skull fragments I have on my laptop, don't tell anyone about that, or whether to begin with a mathematical model, or whether to begin with some of the theory. So I just started talking, and what I want to get across is that there are so many different ways of looking at evolutionary processes and so many different ways of looking at the effects, the entailments of evolutionary processes. It has tremendous bearing on how we perceive the world around us and the way the world around us is.
That feels like a good point to end on. Yeah. I'm really excited to start this class with you all and to be working with you. And I think we're in for a really exciting semester. We will upload more little conversation-y videos like this in the future. Let us know what you think about this one.
I hope you get as excited about evolution as we are.
We're pretty excited.